Welcome to the Mark Z Drumcast. I am your host, Mark Z. And last night I went out to dinner. I went down to Cape Coral. So right now I'm in Clearwater. I went down to Cape Coral for a couple of days to visit some friends. And I ended up at a place called, in Cape Coral, a place called Matlacha Island, near Pine Island, way down south. Unfortunately, they are still recovering from the effects of Hurricane Ian of 2022. Nasty storm. Away. Nasty storm. People are still recovering. There's devastation down there. Keep those people in your thoughts if you decide to do that. They are trying to rebuild their lives. And I was glad I was able to go down there and patronize a couple of restaurants and bars and things like that. And where I stayed at the Dolphin Key Resort, which was really cool. I had poolside view with a tiki bar. And clearly those people are still repairing and rebuilding. And I was glad I was able to stay there as well and help to patronize them. Even though they're still going through some renovations and rebuilding. The room was great. The tiki bar was great. They had a band. So it was really, really cool to be able to go down there and visit with friends and, hopefully make some kind of a positive impact down there, even if just a little bit. So I'm sitting outside right now on, I guess what you would call a little patio. It's not brutally hot today. And as a matter of fact, I was going to say it's quite nice. It's not quite nice. It's only nice because it's not so brutally hot. But it is rainy. We just had a few thunderstorms, lightning roll through. So this is where I come out to work on my hands while I've been here on vacation. I have a few more days left, which is really nice. So this is where I come out to get a little bit of work done, a little bit of practice time in. And what I talked about in another video or in the other live that I did from the pool, the Mark Z Poolcast, is I just talked about maybe the idea of getting back to basics when you're in a situation where you're on vacation and you decide to make practice time part of your vacation. It's could be a good idea to get back to basics. Now you'll have to excuse my wonky setup here. It's not the greatest. I did not prepare properly to do the Mark Z Drumcast from here. Otherwise, I might have brought my gimbal, some other things. What I've been doing lately is working on my bounce. And as you can see, I believe my right hand still has a far superior bounce than my left hand. But still a work in progress. I'm working on it. So the idea of getting back to basics is a way for us to kind of strip away all of the other stuff. As drummers, I know for me personally, I will definitely work on my rudiments. I will warm up and I will do my rudiments. But for the most part, my drumming consists of working on new ideas, trying to work on speed, trying to work on my creativity, trying to work on my four-way independence, polyrhythms and things like that. So an opportunity to get back to basics is actually really welcomed because sometimes we can get away from that. We can forget all about the idea of basics and keep continuing to work on the icing on the cake, so to speak, that extra stuff that we want to be able to do. Well, we have to understand and remember that the building blocks of anything that we do in drumming are the basics, the foundation. Just like I say, a good grip is the foundation upon which we build everything else that we do in drumming. So the basics are also part of that foundation. When I was recently working with a fellow drummer on my hands, Skinny George on TikTok, he's been incredibly supportive of the Mark Z Drumcast, as I have been of his TikTok and his Instagram, Skinny George. So I would encourage you to do the same. Check him out. But when I was working with him, he was talking to me and kind of helping me to understand what's going on with my left hand. Which is not a lot. And you could also tell by the way I'm clicking my sticks together 1,000 times in this 5-second period that my accuracy and stuff can also use some work. And by getting back to basics, I can work on that accuracy. By getting back to basics, I can make sure that when I'm hitting the pad, my strokes are coming straight up and down. By working on my basics, I can make sure that my sticks are coming up the same height as each other. I can make sure I'm getting the proper rebound from each one of my sticks, and I can make sure that I'm hitting the same spot in the pad continuously. Now I can see from my vantage point that my left hand is moving side to side slightly, which is causing me to click sticks at times. So that's something that I need to work on. I pretty much have a good straight up and down stroke with my right hand, but my left hand I could see is slightly moving back and forth, which is a grip thing, it's a control thing, it's a stroke thing. So that's what I'm going to be working on. The other thing too is I need to make sure that my rebound is strong when I'm increasing the speed of my doubles. And then I am playing my doubles evenly, which, if you could hear, I am not. So, again, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. It is about working on these things, identifying what we need to work on, identifying what we want to work on in order to get better, in order to get more accurate, faster, smoother, and more even. So, singles, doubles, and paradiddles. At the end of each paradiddle is a diddle, is a double. So the better we get at our double strokes, the faster and better we will be at our paradiddles. That's why I always tell people to start working on your single strokes and your double strokes, because a rudiment like a paradiddle consists of both, right, of those components. So if we get very good at our single strokes, we get very good at our double strokes. When we combine them to play things like paradiddles and other rudiments that have singles and doubles combined, like a 5-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, 17-stroke roll, we will be better at those because the basis, the foundation upon which those rudiments are built, we will be very good at, right? The building blocks, we will be good at the singles and the doubles. Also, practicing everything nice and slowly. Increasing speed gradually, or just staying at the same tempo for as long as you like until you decide you want to take it up a couple of BPMs maybe, and then try to increase your speed. If you're working to a metronome, that's even better, obviously, or along to recorded music. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to put music through my headphones, practice to the tempo of the music with my hands, doing my rudiments, my singles, my doubles, and every other rudiment that that I want to work on for that session. I think also my upstrokes could definitely use some work. Now, okay, so I want to go through a quick warm-up, and I want to talk about a couple of things involved in the warm-ups. All right, first of all, we're going to talk about the upstrokes, because the upstroke is the beginning of each stroke that we do. I like to bring the tips of my sticks pointing up to the ceiling before I bring them down. This technique that I use is going to be just for my practice time on my pad. I like to exaggerate the movements. I like to exaggerate the upstrokes. But this is not the way I'll play when I'm on my drum set actually playing. My strokes will not be that exaggerated, but what ends up happening is when I can exaggerate my upstrokes for warm-ups and pad time, then when I am doing things like flams, flam accents, I don't know why I said that all backwards. When I'm doing something like flams, flam accents, notice how, as I'm getting ready for the next flam, my hand snaps up. Right? That comes from exaggerating those upstrokes during practice time. So when I am doing my flams, I'm not going to exaggerate them like this, but when I'm doing my flams, I will get a certain amount of snap up so that I know what the next flam is going to be. Works the same way with accents. Right? You could use those snap ups for accents as well. So there is a really good argument for exaggerating your upstrokes during your rehearsal time, during your practice time on your pad. Also, the better your upstroke, the higher your upstroke, the stronger your downstroke, the higher your rebound will be. I think that's one of the issues with my left hand is my upstroke, which I am working on, and then the way I hold the stick with my left hand. All right, so real quick, rudiments, are they important? I've seen some videos, I've heard some people talk about rudiments saying that they're not really important. I don't believe that. I believe they are important. I believe they've been around for a reason. Since the, what did we figure out, the 30s or something like that? Rudiments are important. Rudiments are important to promote creativity. Rudiments are important to promote control. Rudiments are important to basically work your timing, but mostly for me, it's creativity and control. When we are doing our rudiments, so let me just back up a minute. When I start working with my students, like I said earlier, single stroke rolls, double stroke rolls, and paradiddles. Those are the three rudiments that I get them started on. Introducing them to the idea of rudiments, introducing them to the idea of hand exercises that will help us to increase our speed, our control, and uh, and our coordination. So we start out with single strokes, double strokes, paradiddles. And like I said before, singles and double strokes are the foundation of the paradiddle. Also, all of the roll rudiments, the 5 through 17 stroke rolls, combinations of singles and doubles. So we work on our singles and doubles. We get good at our singles and doubles. For the most part, for beginners, anything we do on the drums is going to be single strokes. Playing beats, playing fills, whatever, we're going to be doing single strokes, but doing different rhythms and using different drums. We will get into double strokes later on. Double strokes we're going to use more so for beats, fills, work on the hi-hat, work on the ride cymbal, polyrhythms, Latin beats, jazz, different things like that. But in the beginning, we do singles, doubles, and paradiddles, single paradiddles. Then what I'll do is I'll introduce the student to the paradiddle family. Single paradiddle, double paradiddle, triple paradiddle, paradiddle diddle, and introduce them to the concept of rudiments and the fact that there are 5 rudiment families or 5 rudiment groups. I like to call them families. The paradiddle family, the roll rudiment family, the flam family, the drag family, and the ratamacue family. So what we'll usually do is single paradiddle, double, triple paradiddle, paradiddle diddle. I teach them the concept of how to use the name paradiddle to figure out how to play each one. For example, paradiddle, the para is the right-left, the diddle is the right-right at the end. Or for a left-handed paradiddle, the para is the left-right, and then the diddle is the left-left at the end. So paradiddle, paradiddle. If we do a double paradiddle, that's 2 paras, double para, and then the diddle. So there's still 1 double stroke at the end, but now there are 2 paras and a double paradiddle. Para, paradiddle, para, paradiddle, like that. And so on. Triple paradiddle, now there are 3 paras, triple para, and 1 diddle at the end. Para, para, paradiddle, para, para, paradiddle. And then for the paradiddle diddle, it's easy. Para, diddle, diddle. 1 para, 2 diddles now. Para, diddle, diddle, para, diddle, diddle. The paradiddle diddle is the only paradiddle in the group of paradiddles that does not alternate naturally between hands. The lead hand will stay on the one that you started with. So if I start a paradiddle diddle on my right hand, paradiddle diddle, paradiddle diddle, the lead remains on the right hand until I stop and start left hand lead. The lead will then remain on the left hand. Ratamacues, paradiddle family, ratamacue family, smallest ones, easiest to learn and get started with the concept of using doubles and singles together in different combinations. And then the roll family, very easy to go through if you think about 5-stroke roll being 2 doubles and 1 single, all the way up to a 17-stroke roll, 8 doubles, 1 single. You can see everything else in between by adding a double stroke to the 5-stroke. 5-stroke plus 1 double stroke is 7. 7-stroke plus 1 double stroke is 9. 9 plus 1 double stroke is 11 strokes. If you have any questions, go ahead down in the comment section below. But I will be putting together a video just on these rudiments and how we can go through them, how we can remember them, and how they could be easy for us to work on, get familiar with, and know by name and know by heart. Okay, so again, get back to basics, get your rudiments going, start with your single strokes, start with your double strokes, your paradiddles, and then as you go through your roll family, your flams, and your drags, which tend to be the biggest ones, the flam family and the drag family, contain the most amount of rudiments. But again, some of them are common rudiments with a tap in the beginning to make the flam the first note, or a double tap in the beginning to make a drag the first note. So some of them are already rudiments that we have learned, but we just simply add like a flam paradiddle, right, left, right, right, flammed. We just tap the left before that first right note of the right, left, right, 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 left, right, right, and then the flam. It becomes a flam paradiddle. So sometimes things like that are very easy to recognize, and that's why I think going through the rudiments it's so much fun, because we can figure out ways to remember what is what. And then sometimes it's just a matter of switching them around a little bit. When you go from one to the next, you say, oh, that's a flam paradiddle, only the paradiddle is reversed, and you have the diddle in the beginning, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left. Yeah. Please excuse my slop. Really, it is a testament to the fact that we do need to keep up on our rudiments. We do need to keep up on our hands. We do need to keep working, on vacation or not on vacation, whatever it is. We need to keep these hands going, right? And I've not been a good boy this week. But like I tell my students, if you choose to practice during your vacation time, that's great. If you choose not to, that's also fine. You're there with your family. But if you can take 5 or 10 minutes a day just to do this, you will not regret it. Just don't miss the pool, don't miss beach time, don't miss whatever it is you're doing. There will always be time to practice when we get home. But anyway, if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you got something out of this video and you like what I had to say, hit the like button, the thumbs up, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified of new videos coming online. I do the Mark Z Drumcast every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around noon. Today is a little bit late. It's around dinner time now. But we were able to get a break in the rain where I could come out here and do a little drumcast for all y'all. I got burnt up in that pool from Monday. But wait, what is today? I don't even know. What is today? I think today's Monday. So maybe from Wednesday's drumcast, I got burnt up from that pool. But anyway, from the sun, but being in the pool with the sun, you don't really notice it, and then you get all burnt up. So don't do that. Wear your sunscreen. Be careful. Be safe out there. And visit all my socials. Like and subscribe and follow everything I do. You won't regret it. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Patreon. My website's going back up soon. YouTube, whatever it is, Mark Z Drums. Go check it out. Go to my YouTube channel when I get off here, and go look at the amount of videos I have. I have a ton of videos, from drum covers to instructional videos to live performances of myself and concerts I've gone to, things like that. I also have try to find the craziest video I have up there. I have like a 12-second disturbed video from their performance at the Chicago Open Air inaugural festival back in 2015, I think it was, or maybe 17. Anyway, I don't know why there's 12 seconds of a disturbed concert up there. Nobody else knows either. That's why it's got no views. But go look at different stuff on there. Check out videos of me when I was in a garage. All kinds of different places. And also now my new studio, where you'll see most of my new drum covers coming out of that new studio. And yeah, go ahead and check out my Patreon. I have a very, very reasonable entry-level membership tier, which is the only thing I have up on there now. It'll give you access to the Discord server, where we can chat all together. It'll give you the ability to request a drum cover from me, which I will upload to the Patreon uh, 24 hours before anybody else gets to see it. And then eventually I'll start to do song breakdowns and things like that. But go ahead and check it out. It has not officially launched yet, but if you're watching this, you can go and you can get access. And yeah, let me know what you think. So anyway, have a great time. I will see you back here on Wednesday, because today is Monday. It's so hard to keep track when you're on vacation, but that means you're having a good vacation. Anyway, I'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot for watching my video.